And welcome back to the MNFL. The Monarchs and the Oilers set to kick off on Sunday night prime time. Only for us, this is really a normal Saturday. As we welcome two 0-1 teams. Week 1 certainly was a little bit weirder, but Week 2 has brought us some very good games here, and for these final two primetime games, I got my buddy Ice Storm with me. Say hi.
Yeah.
Alright, that's his little calling card. But this game, yeah, CJ Stroud going against Caleb Williams. Remember, Stroud was just a rookie a while ago, so this is kind of a welcome to the NFL moment here for Caleb Williams. But that's all I'll say. Hoping we'll have another matchup like the Bisons and Bulls coming up right here on the MNFL. Okay, here we go. St. Louis to kick the ball off here in Houston. Oilers, the home team, of course, and they'll get this to the 28-yard line. Out comes CJ Stroud, a man that they say might just lead this Oilers team back to its prime. 12 and 14, 207 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions.
Best QB in the league.
And we're already glazing. Anyways, here is CJ Stroud. And he'll hand it off to start. Here's a big run by Pollard. Or actually, they got Mixon. My bad.
What do you mean Pollard? Alright. Anyways.
I was thinking of a different team. Anyways, Mixon getting up to the 49. Still inside their own territory here as Stroud with the single back formation looking to throw. Stroud under pressure gets this one off to Mixon. And he'll have 4 yards down to the 48. So way to make something out of nothing there. As CJ Stroud does get him into enemy territory on the opening drive, looking to extend it. And there's a completed pass down the field, and he's to the 28-yard line. Jordan on the reception.
I think his name is Bravis Jordan. I'm not sure, though.
I'm not here for first names. I'm here for those names on the back plates.
You want to know what's funny? So, IRL for the Houston IRL. Look, so you see it's HOU for the real life Houston. Meanwhile, in game, it's apparently HST.
That's how Madden works. Big throw down the field, and it's caught. I think that's Nico Collins who gets it inside the 10. First down, and just goal line to go now. Here's Houston setting up here. CJ Stroud. See what he does here. Play clock winding down. Collins in motion. Faking the jet. Handoff. Mixon reaches. Touchdown. Joe Mixon. What a fiery start to this game. Defense not able to hold much back as CJ Stroud and the Oilers have a pretty good little stint right there as this kick is up and good to make it 7-0. So just 5 plays later and 72 yards the distance. The Oilers will score on their opening drive. So now to kick it off to the Monarchs. They'll receive this at the 5 and bring it back to the 29-yard line. Here is Caleb Williams, the new and fresh rookie. And we'll see his stats here. 15 for 24, 153 yards, and 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. Looking to keep it that way, as CJ Stroud did just boost his touchdown ratio. As a handoff here will get him the first down.
Swift.
That's DeAndre Swift for 13 yards and a first down. Looking at this Monarchs team, certainly, I mean, you'd think they're one to keep your eyes on here. They got plenty of primetime games this year. Of course, this just being one of them, DeAndre Swift.
Game.
Yeah, Thanksgiving, whenever that rolls around, we'll have a game up for that, as it'll be 2nd and 3. Fake handoff. Throws. Intercepted. And the Oilers are standing on business. Jimmy Ward to pick that off. And with that pick, oh my goodness, now with that pick, the Oilers are in enemy territory to start off their second drive of the game. Huge play by Jimmy Ward.
Nice read. That was a nice read right there.
And unfortunately for Monarchs fans, Caleb Williams throws his first pick of the season in week 2, as Stroud looking to boost his touchdowns even more. He'll have Dalton Schultz for 6 yards. Makes it 2nd and 4 at the 43-yard line. Now, CJ Stroud. Play clock winding down. Stroud looking to throw. Stays in the pocket. Gets it off to Mixon, and it's going to be a first down for the Oilers. Way to have pocket presence there for CJ Stroud. Certainly an NFL ready, or MNFL ready rookie coming out of college for Ohio State, as he'll motion into an empty set. Stroud keeping the pocket presence, and he's got a 4-yard completion, making it again 2nd and 6 for the Oilers here, this time at the 31. Stroud goes under center, handoff to Mixon. Mixon sheds some defenders, and he'll have a -1 yard run right there. Johnson getting to him, as it'll be 3rd and medium at the 30. Stroud looking to convert. Throws. He's got it. And it'll be a first down. Nico Collins, the safety net. So if you're looking for big plays, Nico Collins or Tank Dell, certainly ones to look for in this big matchup here on Sunday night. Both teams looking for their first win of the season. One of these teams going to be walking out with the 0-2 record, as Stroud play action gets it off to Stephon Diggs. Touchdown!
Wow.
And the Houston Oilers are going to have their second touchdown of the game
in the first quarter.
Huge block right there upfield by Schultz to allow Diggs to get forward with his speed and just walk on in. As Fairbairn will kick the extra point. It's good. 6 plays, 49 yards, 3 minutes and 11 seconds off the clock after the turnover. So the Monarchs have certainly dug themselves in a hole to start this first quarter. And we'll see how they dig themselves out starting right now. 4 minutes, 40 seconds for the rookie Caleb Williams, as he just threw his first pick. We'll see how they approach this next drive, as Williams will line up under center. Handoff, DeAndre Swift. He's going to take it forward, bruising and cruising for a first down at the 39-yard line. Way to keep his feet moving there. As 1st and 10 coming up here. Under center, handoff to Swift. Swift will get a yard before ultimately being brought down by the Oilers there. It'll be 2nd and 9. Monarchs throwing, passes caught, and a great open field tackle there to just keep it to a first down. That's Carlson, the tight end for the Monarchs. Meanwhile, 1st and 10 in enemy territory now. Williams gets this one off to Keenan Allen for a gain of 6. So if he goes on a streak route or anything like that, that's certainly something to look for. As play action here for Williams. Throws downfield. He's got it. 1st down, and it's going to be DJ Moore to the 30-yard line. Here is Caleb Williams. Under center now. Faking handoff. Throws. He's got his man inside the 10 to the 5, and he'll be brought down at the 4. DJ Moore. Man, I felt like I was Dr. Seuss for a second the way I was rhyming. But man, is Caleb Williams diamond. Certainly an insane sequence right now for the Monarchs, looking to get themselves in the end zone here. Williams to pass. Pressure. Williams going to take it for himself. Touchdown, Monarchs! And St. Louis finds themselves with a touchdown in the final minutes of the 1st quarter. Way to respond after the first turnover for Caleb Williams in his MNFL debut as a rookie, as that kick is up and good to make it 7-14, 7 plays and 72 yards.
Cameraman was having some issues there with his camera.
Yeah, just some technical difficulties there. Don't worry about that. As that kickoff will go to the Oilers, who will receive at about the 7-yard line. Nice little change of direction to get it to the 30-yard line. Stroud and Mixon now going out on their 3rd drive, and every drive they've been on so far has been a touchdown. Looking to continue that trend now as CJ Stroud is going to be in a tight formation here. Looking to throw. Stroud hanging in there. Throws sideline. Caught! Ooh. Tank Dell! The big-time receiver from the Houston Oilers getting the 1st down there. Way to keep his presence right there.
The former
big
Houston
open
Cougar
receiver. Tank Dell holding on there. And it will be a 1st down at the 28-yard line. So, we got a flinch. Which side? It's going to be the offensive side. It'll be
Patterson
on 54, yeah. So, here is 1st and 15. Stroud with an empty backfield. 5 wide, looking to throw. Stroud gets it off to Stephon Diggs, and they'll have a pretty nifty gain there. 2nd and 6 after the throw, and this should be our final play of the 1st, unless they decide to drain clock, and they will. Pretty content with keeping it to the end of the 1st quarter. 7-14. The Oilers up by a touchdown at the end of our 1st quarter. And coming into the 2nd quarter, it's going to be a question of, can CJ Stroud and the Oilers keep their composure here and score their 3rd touchdown on just their 3rd drive of the game? Questions to be answered, as that'll be a 1st down. Pretty good start to this 2nd quarter, finding their 1st down inside the red zone. So we'll see what Stroud wants to do here. Looking to throw. It's caught. Schultz reaching just barely. Not getting it there. 2nd and inches at the 7-yard line. So now inside the 10, it's almost 1st and goal. See Mixon in the backfield. Watch that. Tank Dell coming in motion. And Mixon will be brought down for a loss. A loss that goes down for a gain of, or a loss of 1, gain of 1 for the defense, if you want to get technical, as it'll be 3rd and 1 at the 8-yard line. Big time plays made here. Take Dell. 1st and goal at the 4. And the last time they had 1st and goal here, Mixon took it in for a touchdown. We'll see if history repeats itself as the Oilers looking to score here. Mixon is in the backfield. Dangerous duo at the bottom of your screen too, though. In the pass game, as this one's going to be thrown that way, and they're going to say he's not in. I think that was Stephon Diggs who almost got in the end zone there. And now the Oilers lining up at the 1-yard line. Very minimal gain to go, and Mixon, touchdown, Oilers.
3 for 3.
3 for 3 on their drive so far, and they're hitting a little jig in the end zone. And reasonably so. I mean, Mixon with his 2nd touchdown of this game. So Sunday night certainly going well for the Oilers so far, and the Monarchs find themselves once again down by 2 possessions. So the offense has certainly showed itself here in this first half for the Oilers. Now, if St. Louis can find themselves in a touchdown scoring trend, just like the Oilers have found themselves in, they might be okay, but this goes to the 25, returned by number 25, and out comes Williams. So 1st and 10 here as the handoff will be faked. Williams looks to throw, keeps his presence, and it's going to be caught!
Oh.
Keenan Allen doubled up and still caught that ball. 1st and 10 inside the 30. Look at this. We're going to talk all game about this with these quarterbacks. That pocket presence, it's a must-have in this game if you want to win it. So, 1st and 10 at the 28 after the huge catch there. Play action. Williams goes down. The 1st sack going to Horton. And that is going to be the 1st sack, like I said, of the game, and it pushes them outside of the 30 to the 34, as it'll be 2nd and 16 now. Williams looking to throw. He's got a man. Keenan Allen shrugs off a defender, and he falls down just at the 5-yard line. Really thought he was going to shrug him off and walk into the end zone there. Looked like he had room to do it. If he just bounces outside a little bit, he's got it. Made that defender eat the dirt as well, so don't know exactly why he stopped at the 5. Questions that, well, if they score here, won't really need an answer, and a touchdown for the Monarchs. A little dive, and that's going to be Cole Kmet for the touchdown here, and the Monarchs find themselves down by 1 possession. It has been a back-and-forth touchdown scoring game, and that's what you love to see for these primetime games. Certainly more like this coming up mid-season, as it'll be 4 plays, 75 yards later, and only about 1 minute and 5 seconds taken off the clock there. Pretty impressive little run there for the Monarchs, as they'll kick this one back off to the Oilers, who will receive at the 6 and extend this to the 27. Joe Mixon, 5 rushes, 28 yards, and 2 tutties. He's been their workhorse as this game has gone on, and Stephon Diggs and Nico Collins, especially Tank Dell, so pretty good wide receiver core to go with it, as that pass is caught by Nico for a gain of 8 to the 35-yard line. Stroud now on 2nd down. A little bit of a tighter spread there. And Jordan catching this one. Stiff arms a man. And he'll be at the 43 after going over the first yard marker. So it'll be 1st and 10 at the 43 now. CJ Stroud lines up under center. Handoff. And Mixon finds a lane for a first down. Back-to-back first downs, just like they've had back-to-back touchdown drives this entire game. And the Monarchs asking the question of, can we really defend this? That is to be answered right now as Stroud throws, and it's caught. Nico Collins for a gain of 4. Collins showing he can catch those contested balls just as well as anybody, as it'll be 2nd and 6. Hand off to Mixon. Mixon will get a pretty minimal gain there. It'll be 3rd and 3 at the 39. So a money down for the Monarchs. And the Oilers looking to disprove them once again. And Mixon has a lane once again. 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. Now deep in enemy territory, the Monarchs might be looking at a 4th straight touchdown. And this game is certainly not going to go well for the Monarchs if they can't find out what to do here. I mean, a turnover would be great right here for the Monarchs if they can get it. But we'll see what Stroud throws here. It's going to be caught by Stephon Diggs, who will get 9 yards. It'll be 2nd down at the 16-yard line, so finding themselves in the red zone once again. Red zone efficiency, of course, 100% so far. Stroud, handoff to Mixon. Mixon cruising forward for a 1st and goal at the 10-yard line. Meeting the absolute minimum requirement for a 1st and goal there. And Stroud and the Oilers looking to make a move. Stroud looking, throws, end zone, incomplete. 49 getting there just in time. That's Edmonds, who will break it up. 2nd and goal. Now from the same spot after the incompletion. Stroud looking to throw. Pocket presence caught. And Collins cruises in for a touchdown. Nico Collins rightfully gets his first touchdown of this game. And the Oilers, man, oh man, they're looking impossible to stop right now. 14-28 pending the extra point here by Fairbairn, as this kick is up and good. 14-28 now. Oilers in 10 plays, taking off plenty of time. And, I mean, when you look at this team now, you see an offensive presence. But, I mean, honestly, if the Monarchs could have gotten in a touchdown scoring groove, you know, didn't throw that interception, this game would be much closer right now. But Caleb Williams with his first pick, and it's costing him the game right now. If Monarchs can score here, they have a increased chance of going into halftime and it only being a 1-point deficit, or a 1-possession deficit that they would have to come back from here, as Williams will throw, and that pass is caught by Darnell, or not Darnell, Mooney. I don't know what I'm thinking. DJ Moore. Thank you. 14-28 at your 2-minute warning here, as the Monarchs looking to go down the field and score, but they have to pick up this 3rd down conversion here. And that is certainly not going to help. Plenty of presence there, and Barnett getting back there and hitting him as he threw. Make it 4th and 1. They're not going to go for this, interestingly enough. And the Oilers have a chance to score on their 6th touchdown. Or hold on. It may be their 6th touchdown, but CJ Stroud looking unstoppable today. Only one incompletion, 209 yards already, and 2 touchdowns in the second
No, it'd be
half,
their
or in the
fifth.
first half. It
It'd be
would be
their
their
fifth
5th.
touchdown.
Okay, gotcha. Thank you.
Do
Mixon
by
motioning
sevens.
out. Stroud looking to throw. He's got Nico Collins, and it'll be a first
CJ
down.
Stroud, man.
Stroud
popping
has
off.
been on a run so far. I mean, getting these first downs right here, I mean, that's pretty significant in itself. But these big throws that, I mean, honestly have gotten them in pretty good situations to score also means a lot for this team.
Got a minute and
And
11
the
seconds until
Monarchs
halftime.
going to be in trouble if they can't stop it here. A pretty good tackle to keep them at a minimalistic gain. As it'll be 2nd and 9. Timeout Oilers.
I'm surprised they're even trying to go for a drive here right now.
Well, think about it, partner. If you really want to establish dominance in this first half and most importantly, put yourself out of a position to choke this game on prime time, I mean, you really got to think. I mean, how do you want to go about
Well, that's
this
caught.
game?
There
And
you
that's going to be
go,
a timeout
Mixon.
with 31 seconds left, a 4-yard gain by Mixon. And the Oilers looking to score on their 5th consecutive drive. Now, they've done pretty well on their first 4. They'd love to close
4
out
for
this
4.
Game with, or this first half with 5 consecutive scores and a timeout taken right there by Ryans, and that'll be it's still 14-28.
Field
And the
goal? No.
Oilers with 21 seconds left looking to make it 14-35 if they can get it here. Looking to throw. Stroud
Oh.
putting on some footwork, and he'll just throw
Ooh.
it out of bounds. So
I love what Stroud
dangerous
did
right
there.
there, but Stroud very, very good about what he wants to do in the pocket as he'll look to throw here, steps up, throws sideline, and it's, of course, going to be incomplete. 3rd and long, so danger of not scoring here,
Oh.
and they'll go ahead and go for the
4th and
field goal. So the
1.
only time that they wouldn't have scored a touchdown, pretty
Fairbairn
big one.
kicked up.
Fairbairn, far left,
No.
and the Monarchs will have a second chance with just 5 seconds here. Now, to score here, can't, sorry.
Yeah.
Williams
This. Oh,
chucking it
doesn't
deep,
involve.
end zone. Oh, it was caught, but they're gonna say
Goes
out of
out
bounds
there.
and not enough time.
Halftime report.
14-28. The score at the end of an explosive first half. Ice Storm, take it away for halftime.
Alright, halftime report here after this amazing game we are seeing on prime time. 14-28, with then going into halftime. Probably the highest scoring halftime we have ever seen. Thunderbirds, Aviators, yeah, again, we already know what's happened here. 10-7. You got Baker Mayfield, Jared Goff going up against each other. Apparently, Jahmyr Gibbs was not active in the game. Oakland Elks and Toronto Condors. That was an amazing game. I was there too. 13-17, Lamar Jackson. And then one last game this week is the Snowhawks and the Nighthawks. So the Battle of the Hawks is going to be your final game to end off this amazing week. We already done Redwoods and Steamers. Don't know why it says that. But dude, not this halftime. This game has been like just lightning for the Houston Oilers. I mean, C.J. Stroud, Stephon Diggs, Hank Dell, Nico Collins, and we're going into the second half.
Storm, as this kick is going to the Monarchs to start this one off. They certainly got a break with the missed field goal just a little earlier before what would have been an impressive touchdown to end the first half of play. Now they're still down by 2 possessions. So the Monarchs looking to settle the score right now. Cole Kmet with an impressive broken tackle there. It'll remain in pretty much the same spot. 2nd and 5 at the 36. Williams looking to throw. He goes sideline. It's caught, and Cole Kmet with yet another first down here at the 47. Still in their own territory, looking to get out of it. And handoff here for DeAndre Swift. It'll get 4. As it'll be 2nd and 6 at the 49-yard line. So now in enemy territory, they've achieved that goal. Now getting all the way to the end zone here is going to be their next one. Keenan Allen taking it up the sideline for a first down at the 32. Some pretty subtle but good gains here for the Monarchs to get them in a position to where now they could at least kick a field goal. The Oilers certainly not liking that term for scoring right now. And Williams throws, and that's going to be incomplete. Looking for the tight end once again. It's going to be, like I said, incomplete. 2nd and 10 at the 32. And a fake handoff. Williams going to take it himself. And pretty physical there at the end. He'll pick up the first down going in head first. Hyping up the crowd at the end of that play too. 1st and 10 at the 22 now. Williams scrambles, throws, caught. And that's going to be a 1st and goal inside the 5. So now now the Monarchs could get their first touchdown of this second half. Of course, it would mean the defense would have to put on some stops, but they're fine with that as Swift gets in the end zone. Touchdown, Monarchs. Swift's first touchdown in this game, and it might be his first touchdown here in the MNFL, as he's pretty hyped up to get it here at the start of the second half. Pretty impressive second half opener there. 8 plays, 69 yards, and about 3 minutes and 24 seconds in time. So doing pretty good right now. 7 points to deficit once again. We've seen this time and time again. Now, right here, the Monarchs need to get a stop. Big return, and he'll get down to the 39. That might be our biggest return so far in the MNFL. CJ Stroud. He's been hitting receivers on all different angles, and Mixon certainly finding himself in a groove as well. But Stroud certainly is the one that's keeping him in it right now. And Stroud will motion Mixon. Now it's going to be an empty set. Stroud fires and tries to catch that one-handed, Nico Collins. But it will be incomplete. His first drop, I believe, of the game. So 2nd and 10. Watch that matchup at the top of your screen. Big throw downfield, and it's caught. Nico Collins redeeming himself after the drop. Down to the 38. Johnson in coverage, which is supposed to be one of the Monarchs' bigger cornerbacks in coverage, but doesn't happen. Once again, getting pretty close to Stephon Diggs. So, again, encouraging you to watch that matchup. But it'll be a run this time. Mixon picking up a yard. Kevin Byard on the stop. And C.J. Stroud looking to continue this dominant run that they've had, scoring on 4 of 5 drives so far. And Mixon getting forward for a gain of 4. 3rd and medium here at the 33-yard line. So this would be a big stop if the Monarchs can get it. Stroud passes caught. Collins going inside the 20 to the 15, down at the 11. Nico Collins just keeping those sticks moving. What was supposed to be just a standard first down catch, turning it up all the way downfield to the 11-yard line. And now 21-28, could be 21-35 here soon, as Stroud, keeping the pocket presence, takes it in. No! It'll be first and goal, though, at the 1. And you know what that means. It's Mixon time here for the Oilers. Crowd getting pretty happy right now. And they'll decide, no pass here. Throws, and it's nearly intercepted. Oh my gosh, I thought we were about to see a repeat of the Seattle Seahawks and the Patriots in one Super Bowl to forget, if you're a Seahawks fan, but that's going to be a touchdown for Mixon. Just as I predicted, 3 touchdowns on the day for Joe Mixon today. He's certainly been a goal line presence as he pushes forward for yet another touchdown to make it 21, and pending the extra point, 35. Kick is up and good. So it will indeed be a 2-possession game once again. And, man, these Oilers just walking away with it right now at home. And, again, if the Monarchs can't find an answer, it's going to get ugly. And a big broken tackle to go past the 30 to the 34 as Caleb Williams going to come out again. That turnover earlier in the game is really rearing its ugly head right now. 21 to 35. So they're still down by 2 possessions. Swift will have a gain of 2 to make it 2nd and 8 at the 35-yard line. Just a little past it. And a handoff faked here. Williams throws, and he's got his man. It's going to be DJ Moore for a first down at the 45. Petrie down on the tackle there. And a little pressure threatening here, as it's going to be caught by Mooney once again. The pressure did come, but Williams getting it out pretty quick. And that had a chance to turn up down the field for a pretty big gain, as Swift cruising forward for a gain of 2 once again for the Monarchs. So 3rd and 6, a really important one, as we are inside 3 minutes of the 3rd quarter. And the Monarchs throwing, passes caught. 1st and 10, Keenan Allen on the catch there, and it'll be the 42-yard line now for the Monarchs. Throwing this one just a little bit ahead. Monarchs need to be sure not to be too ambitious on this drive, but a touchdown would certainly help their chances here, as DeAndre Swift will pick up 8, and it'll be 2nd and 2 at the 35. So now here, Caleb Williams, handoff again to Swift. Swift's got a lane, bounces outside, and he'll have it at the 25-yard line. So 1st and 10 at the 25 now. Deep in enemy territory once again for the Monarchs now. Swift taking it to the outside. Swift bringing the defender down with him. As it'll be 1st and 10 at the 11-yard line. And similar to what we've seen from the Oilers just a drive ago, they're looking to score here at the end of the 3rd. It'd be a pretty impressive score for them here. Pretty good time management as well, as they would have a whole quarter to respond if the Oilers were to score again. But that defense definitely needs to be stronger as we'll go into the 4th quarter. 21-35. The score, as Jimmy Ward proving his pick is certainly what's keeping the Oilers ahead, as well as that explosive offense. We've seen both offensive teams doing pretty well here, as it'll be 21-35 still, as 2nd and 8 coming up here. 9-yard line. Williams throwing out of bounds. Incomplete. So 3rd and 8 at the 9 now. They certainly need this. Can they at least get to the 1? If not, they need a touchdown, as that pass is caught in the end zone. Touchdown! And that's going to be DJ Moore for a touchdown. And the Monarchs finding themselves with 2 consecutive touchdown drives in this one. So DJ Moore gets his touchdown pass for the day. And this extra point is up and good to make it 28-35. This game is coming down to the wire just the same as the Bisons and Bulls was. And that wasn't even really a primetime game. So, big time here, as that is a pretty good return down to the 36. And here is Joe Mixon on the day. He's been doing pretty good at the goal line. And I feel like we were supposed to see some highlights there. Must have short-circuited right there. Empty 5-wide set for CJ Stroud. He's looking to throw. And that was nearly intercepted. It would have been a huge break for the Monarchs. And this game right now proves to be one of the 2nd most high-scoring games here. And it's only the start of the 4th quarter as Mixon pushes the outside for a gain here, and the injury timeout coming as, ooh, that's bad. Montez Sweat heading out of the game for the Monarchs. So in a clutch situation, something you definitely don't want to see, as Mixon pushes forward and just gets enough for the 1st down. 14 rushes, 80 yards on the day for Joe Mixon. He's been doing a pretty good job getting forward for those 1st downs, and certainly at the goal line, he's been a pretty impressive target. And Schultz will have the catch for a gain of 7. And CJ Stroud now has 300 yards, so he's pushing to become a pass leader and maybe 1st in the league in pass yards here soon, as that pass is going to be caught. And CJ Stroud will have another 1st down to his resume. 2 backs in the backfield now. And Mixon, fake handoff, intercepted! And the Monarchs get exactly what they wanted. They're back in this game, and Tremaine Edmonds paying dividends for this team. A much-deserved celebration in the end zone as Stroud throws his 1st pick of the season. And now he knows just how Caleb Williams feels. Only he's on the opposite end now, so this game has a chance to be another, or it's contending for the 1st spot in the highest scoring game as DJ Moore. He has a huge completion down the sideline. Way to come back and get under the ball, as it'll be 1st and 10 at the 34 now. Williams goes under center. Fake handoff. Williams throwing sideline, and it's going to be incomplete. Tried to go for the little dump pass, but White was not having it. And this game is going to be very, very crazy if the Monarchs can get their catches. And DeAndre Swift, that one goes off his hands, as it'll be 3rd and 10 as the Monarchs are looking for a first down here, trying to keep themselves in this game, and it's going to be a sack. Huge for Barnett, as it'll be 4th and 20 at the 44. Derek Barnett with a huge sack right there. And this game has just gotten a little bit more crazy. They're going to punt here. Very good decision here with 8 minutes left. And this will go into the back of the end zone. And CJ Stroud, 28 for 35, 303 yards, 2 touchdowns. And the stat they won't show you is an interception, which is why they're currently backed up and without a touchdown once again at the 20. So CJ Stroud throwing to Stephon Diggs, who gets lit up after the fact. And Diggs is fired up after that hit. I think he's saying he wants more. But Diggs has certainly undergone some crazy CTE in his years, as that is going to be a huge stop right there. Big play by, I think that's a Dexter Sr., as it'll be 2nd and 14 now at the 27-yard line. Watch Keenan Allen at the top of the screen here. Looking to throw. Stroud goes middle, and it's caught. First down past the 50. This game would be certainly out of reach here if the Oilers can score again. And if they can chew clock with Mixon, it's certainly over right now, as a 28-35 ball game turning sour for the Monarchs. Getting pretty confident at the end of that 3rd quarter. A huge hit to knock it out, and Diggs getting up a little bit in disbelief that he couldn't catch that ball. As the 2nd and 10 at the 48 now. Here is Stroud. Pitch to Mixon. Mixon has some blocks. He's going down the sideline. Stiff arm. And he'll be out at the 26. Joe Mixon with over 100 yards today, as it'll be 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line. Now with 6 minutes left, as Stroud looks to throw. He's got Diggs, and Diggs will try to shimmy his way past the 6-yard gain. Can't do anything, though. Right there, as they are now threatening to go inside the red zone. Currently at it right now. And Mixon puts them forward at the 19. 3rd and 2, a huge down for both teams here. Money down for sure. As Stroud, handoff, and that is a huge stop on the line. Big play by Pickens, number 96 for the Monarchs. And wow, that is a little bit disturbing, to be honest with you. But oh my goodness. Now, I talked about the last down being a money down. This certainly taking the cake right now. 4th and 3. Pass is caught. First down, and that should be the dagger. And Stroud looking to cap off this big drive with a touchdown. Stephon Diggs getting ever closer. And he won't get the first down there, but 2nd and 1 at the 4 definitely checks out as well. And a formation you hate to see from the cornerback spot, an ISO handoff. And they're going to say he didn't get in right there. But Stroud is fired up for the goal line because he realizes that Mixon has been a threat this entire time. But if they pass here, it's going to be a huge question mark. But Mixon gets in. Touchdown, Oilers. And that, oh my gosh, that interception drive from the Monarchs coming back to haunt them. And their defense just couldn't get the job done. As Mixon goes in for his 4th touchdown on the day. 28-42, pending the extra point by Fairbairn. And that's up and good, so chances are certainly dwindling for the Monarchs with 2 minutes and 15 seconds to go. And I don't see a comeback coming here soon. 70-point game as it stands right now. Big hit by Barnett on the return. And DeAndre Swift, 12 rushes, 76 yards, and a tutty today. They're going to be putting this offensive group together, or they're at least going to try, as the Monarchs will dump this one off, and they'll take this one into the 2-minute warning. So 28-42. Doesn't look like a close game, but trust me, it has been a battle the entire time. Monarchs still haven't had a lead yet, as with 2 minutes here, they're going to look for something, and that pass deflection coming from Alshier. He's got an arm brace and everything, still diving around trying to get things done for this Oilers team, and that is going to be caught by Darnell Mooney. Timeout taken wisely by the Monarchs. 1 minute and 52 remaining. And Williams will bring it forward for a gain of 7. 6-second runoff after the no huddle. 5 wide. And zips it to the sideline. I've never seen a ball come in that fast. As it'll be 1st and 10 at the 36. But certainly looking to get that one in. And 1st and 10 here for the Monarchs is going to be monumental. And that is incomplete. Toato. Sorry if I terribly butchered that name. I probably did. Seems to be almost like an African name. And Mooney. Or I keep saying Mooney. Damn it. Moore. With a 1st down here. Timeout taken by the Monarchs. With just little time remaining, you wonder if this team will have their first onside reception here. As Williams to pass, and it's nearly intercepted. And that would have certainly closed out the game. Stingley Jr. had the game in the tip of his hands. Tip of his fingers, excuse me. As it's incomplete there. And, oh, here's a huge play. Getting inside the 5, out of bounds. And number 15 showing off here as they'll have 1st and goal at the 2. Williams looking to throw. He'll take it himself. 2nd rushing touchdown. And that is our new highest scoring game. The Monarchs find themselves with a chance of 35 points to 42 here to make it our biggest game yet on Sunday night prime time when the world is watching. 10 plays, 70 yards, and 1 minute and 10 seconds off the clock here. I've got only 5 minutes to record here. The onside kick coming up. And they'll receive this one at the 50. The Oilers have just closed off this absolute offensive masterpiece. Second week full of offense at the end, but certainly something you don't want to see if you're a Monarchs fan. Struggling so hard today, but CJ Stroud will have 356 yards and 2 touchdowns in this one, and he'll take a knee near midfield to end it. And a timeout taken by the Monarchs will only delay the inevitable. And another kneel coming here. And Stroud and the Oilers have closed off this game with flying colors, 35-42 in the Week 2 matchup. That means the most. The Oilers will come away with their first win, and St. Louis, will have nothing to say to it. And 000 is coming here as the punt will send away our game. 35-42. Your final score, and the Oilers capitalizing extra here off of that early turnover. If the Monarchs could have done the same, we might be sitting in overtime right now, but Allen certainly played his heart out today. And this defense played lights out at points when the game meant everything. But that is it for this game. 35-42. Once again, your final score. Williams with 2 touchdowns on the day, 319 yards, 67.6 completion percentage today. And CJ Stroud, same amount of touchdowns, 356 yards, and 81% completion rate for him. Not many notable players going down. I think Montez Sweat is the only man that went down today. And he would be in the defensive category, I think. Looking for Sweat here. He doesn't seem to be there. Hold on a second. I'm looking at the Oilers right now. I need to be looking at both. Here. Say blocking. Nothing. It's very weird. I don't see him at all. Brisker, Edwards, Petrie, Meyer, Johnson, Alshier, Lester, Owens, Gordon, Hill, Okuda, Dexter, Edmonds, Ward, Moore, Stevenson, Taylor, Horton, Phillips, Huo, or something like that. I can't exactly tell you. Defense? Whoa. Oh, yeah, that's right. Oh, here he is. Montez Sweat at the bottom today, and he is being placed on IR. But if you enjoyed this matchup, make sure to give me a like and subscription. And this game has taken the cake for the new highest scoring game in MNFL history. Signing off from Houston.